Let's look at Anthony Ryder from South Lyon, Michigan, recently selected as the Lions 2020 Fan of the Year. He has a passion about sports broadcasting.
With the 112th selection in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select Amon-Ra St. Brown, wide receiver, USC. One pride, baby! Yeah!
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Detroit Lions video. Now, Penei Sewell was really the first major decision that Brad Holmes had to make as the Detroit Lions general manager. With the 7th overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell, and the Lions organization selected offensive tackle Penei Sewell from Oregon. And like I said, it was really the first major decision that they had to make as a group on how to shape the future of the Detroit Lions. And Penei Sewell wasn't bad at all as a rookie. Penei Sewell, as the 7th overall pick, played very, very well, playing against some of the best edge rushers in the NFL after not playing in the 2019 college football season. Penei Sewell came in and looked really, really good, but Penei Sewell may be getting better this season. Penei Sewell this offseason and during organized team activities has already shown significant improvement in multiple areas of being an offensive tackle, and today we are going to talk about the strides that he took forward. We're going to talk about where he was last year, where he was at the end of the season, and how much better Penei Sewell has gotten throughout the 2022 offseason. So with all that being said and all the intro stuff out of the way, let's get straight on into taking a look at Penei Sewell's growth and development going into year 2. Now, Penei Sewell was one of the more impressive rookies from a season ago, especially on the offensive side of the football. He played both left and right tackle for the Detroit Lions, where he totaled over 1,039 snaps, 11 penalties, and 5 sacks, finishing the season with a 77 PFF grade, which ranked top 10 among right tackles. And between the weeks of 10 and 17, he averaged out with a grade of 85.7, which actually ranked 4th amongst all right tackles, or even all offensive tackles in the entirety of the NFL. Penei Sewell had a lot of ups and a few downs this season, right? He started off week 1 by absolutely shutting out Nick Bosa, right? Didn't give him an inch, didn't give him anything, and pretty much shut out the reigning rookie of the year, or the reigning, we know how good Nick Bosa is. He shut out that guy in week 1 after not playing an entire season the year prior. Then he had a couple struggles weeks 2 and 3, right? The early weeks of the season after week 1, he did struggle a little bit, not to the point where he was a liability, mind you, but he did have, a few welcome to the NFL moments. But he also stood his ground versus Aaron Donald. He stood his ground versus Myles Garrett and played very well, all things considered, throughout his rookie season. And it seemed like come week 10 or 11, he really started to figure out the NFL. And like I said, for the last 7 weeks, almost the last half of the NFL season, Penei Sewell was simply dominant in the NFL, finishing as a top 5 graded tackle by Pro Football Focus. And that's not easy to do as a rookie, especially considering that some of the edge rushers that he faced last year included Nick Bosa, Khalil Mack, Trey Hendrickson, Aaron Donald, TJ Watt, Myles Garrett, Bradley Chubb, and Chandler Jones. And you take into account that he didn't play in the 2020 college football season because of the COVID-19 pandemic, that is not a bad rookie season of any kind, right? Penei Sewell was a great tackle, was a phenomenal pick in year 1, and was the first foundational cornerstone of this organization moving forward. But Penei Sewell wasn't happy with his rookie season. Penei Sewell wanted to get better. Penei Sewell worked very, very hard this offseason to improve technique-wise, to get stronger, to get faster, and to become a better tackle, with his eyes set on being the best tackle in the NFL. And throughout OTAs so far, you have seen incredible improvement from the second-year tackle, and a lot of people think he is going to have a huge second-year jump from year 1 to year 2. Dan Campbell has already talked about Penei Sewell a couple of times, saying, yeah, he looks a lot more confident this season. He looks a lot more competitive, right? Not that he wasn't dialed in a season ago, but this year he's 100% focused and dialed in on getting better and improving as an offensive tackle. Taylor Decker, his own teammate, has said he looks significantly stronger this year, right? From the weight room to OTAs to blocking practices to going against the pads and the dummies or in live reps in one-on-ones. He looks significantly stronger, significantly bigger, and is a lot meaner when it comes to finishing plays, when it comes to finishing blocks and actually moving people out of the way. And that might be crazy to say because last year Penei Sewell was a people mover. Penei Sewell was driving people down the field. He was opening up great gaps in the run game. I mean, he was a devastating run blocker on a lot of different plays for the Detroit Lions. So to say that guy got bigger and meaner and stronger this offseason makes me think that he is going to have a huge leap in year 2 and not only be better from a pass protecting standpoint, but maybe even be looked at as one of the best run blocking tackles in the entirety of the NFL, right? And Dan Campbell says, okay, he's grown a lot in confidence, right? His confidence is there a lot more than last year, which is something that has been a theme with the Lions players, right? Building up that confidence, getting them to buy in on themselves as well as the culture. Penei Sewell, according to coaches and himself, says that he is a lot more confident, he is a lot more calm and collected this season, right? Whereas last season he was training for the NFL Combine, this season he can really focus on strength training and getting bigger and stronger, right? He was quoted saying during his press conference that last year around this time, right, he was training for the Combine, he was getting small, he was getting lean, he was trying to run a fast 40 or jump a high vertical, when that's not really Penei Sewell's game, right? We don't need Penei Sewell to run 40 yards. We don't need Penei Sewell to have an explosive 40-yard vertical or 40-foot vertical or anything like that. We need Penei Sewell to block, and we need him to be strong. And I'm not saying that he wasn't strong a season ago because, like I said, he was a dominant force. He did move people. He was, obviously stronger than a lot of his competition last year, which again is saying something because he played the likes of Aaron Donald and Myles Garrett and TJ Watt within a 5-week span. He played the 3 best pass rushers in football within a 3-week, 4-week span at one point in the season, and I believe he gave up 1 sack in those 3 games combined, which I think speaks to how good of a rookie that he is. But if this guy, a guy that was getting in Aaron Donald's face, a dude that shut out Myles Garrett and TJ Watt and Aaron Donald, if that guy got stronger and better as an offensive tackle, that is just going to spell great things for the Detroit Lions offense this season. Penei Sewell was looked at as a cornerstone piece. He is still looked at as a cornerstone piece of this offseason, and a lot of people, from the coaches to his teammates to the media and the analysts, expect Penei Sewell to take a huge jump from year 1 to year 2. And Penei Sewell is going to go from a player that is, a good rookie, somebody that is still finding his footing in the NFL, and, he's going to go from that guy that found his footing week 10 and finished as a top 5 offensive tackle in football to being a consensus top 10 tackle. He's going to look to be a player that is talked about as an elite tackle in the NFL, and I absolutely think that he can do it this season. Not to mention, I think his schedule this season is a lot easier than it was last year, right? I think as a rookie coming off a year where you didn't play football at the college level, right? You go from not playing football at all to playing against the NFL talent that he played against. I think that speaks volumes to how good of a tackle he was a season ago, despite the penalties and some of the sacks that he allowed. All right, you're telling me that a rookie fresh off of a season of not playing takes on Nick Bosa in week 1, it takes on Khalil Mack, takes on Trey Hendrickson, takes on Aaron Donald, the best pass rusher in football and the best defensive player in the NFL, and doesn't give an inch. You're telling me 2 weeks later he plays against Myles Garrett. A week after that he plays against TJ Watt, 2 of the best edge rushers in the entirety of the NFL, and finishes his season versus Chandler Jones and Bradley Chubb of the Denver Broncos, and you're telling me he finished as a top 10 tackle in football, he finished as a top 5 tackle in the last couple of weeks? That speaks volumes to how good and how improved he became over just a 17-week span. Now he has an entire offseason to get better, an entire offseason to get stronger, and like I've said before, Taylor Decker has come out a couple of different times and say that guy is way stronger. He is significantly better in pass protection. He is significantly better in, his strength department in general, and he is going to take a huge leap in year 2. So with all of that being said, that is where Penei Sewell is as a year 2 product. Penei Sewell is getting bigger, he's getting stronger, and he is becoming far more confident this offseason than he was as a rookie. And like I said, we could see Penei Sewell go from being a, potential cornerstone piece, a guy that you invested a lot of draft capital in, and somebody that finished the season very strong. I think by the end of the season, we're talking about Penei Sewell as a easy top 10 tackle in football. I think we're talking about him right up there with Trent Williams and, and Orlando Brown and Ronnie Stanley. We're talking about him as an elite tackle in the NFL by the end of the 2022 season, and it all starts with Penei Sewell getting stronger and better in training camp. So with all that being said, that is all for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think about Penei Sewell. Do you think he's going to have a huge leap in year 2, or do you think he's going to see a little bit of a sophomore slump? I'd be curious to hear what you guys think about all of this, but with all that being said, that is all for you guys today. Thank you all so very much for watching, and until next time, and as always, go Lions.